Yeah.
it compounds. So it may look like small steps every day, but as the changes propagate to a larger scale of users, they bring in more users through word of mouth. And then those users are like experiencing all the improvements you're making. People feel great using a product that you used last week, and then use it like couple of weeks later, and it feels much more different, much faster, much cleaner, much more accurate. So then people start trusting. We earn the user's trust through our accuracy, our speed of improvement.
And your marketing. Formula One, the one. Have you seen the spikes after like Formula One and when the episode went live?
It's hard to attribute to these kind of brand partnerships. See, it's very easy to attribute. You run some ads on Instagram or YouTube, and like there's a clear call to action button in terms of going to the App Store, Play Store, and getting an install, and then looking at like how many queries that translated to, or whether that user ended up subscribing to the app. It's very easy to track this and optimize the funnels. It's much harder to optimize. Okay, like if Lewis Hamilton has Perplexity on his helmet, how many people are actually going and installing the app after a Formula One race?
Yeah,
It's pretty difficult to track that.
it is.
Best way to track that is like brand awareness. Like, oh, like are people in the UK or people who typically are in the Formula One crowd, are they more aware of Perplexity now? And I think that should be the case. We have run some basic studies, but the core idea there is honestly to associate our brand with some of the greatest people of all time. Like Steve Jobs ran this famous Think Different campaign, right? He got the inspiration from Nike, because Nike celebrated great athletes. So that's why in the ad you see Einstein, you see Gandhi, you see all these the Beatles. You see all the people who really inspired Steve. And so that's one thing we've been pretty intentional about, like who we want to associate with in terms of the brand. Like at least in sports, Lewis Hamilton is one of the greatest of all time. Is considered the greatest of all time in Formula One, and so that's why we did that brand partnership. And we're also going to be doing more, like particularly in F1. It's a pretty cerebral sport. Like everyone's attracted by all the hospitality and like the race cars, and it's very high adrenaline thing. But fundamentally, the sport is largely engineering oriented. Like who has the best engine, who's licensing whose engines. Like I think it's all about constructors like competing for like who has the best cars, and skill still matters, conditions matters, tires matters, like everything matters. So we do see like a lot of people asking these kind of questions on the app.
2 years ago, when I first interviewed Aravind, Perplexity was valued at around $150 million. Today, it's a $20 billion company that competes with Google for our search queries. So how do you scale like Aravind?